Hey guys, it's your boy MKS here, back with another video. Hope everyone's well wherever you are. I'm a creature of habit and can repeat myself quite a lot, but this time I thought I'd try and do something at least a little bit different, as I often try to do. I know I only have very few interests, but so it's difficult to cover new content. But yeah, I thought I'd ask the video as a question, so I thought that would be a bit different. But yeah, this is an idea I've thought about. I probably had the idea quite a while back, but I recently remembered this idea. Sorry, but yeah. So as a fan of Italian football and Celtic, I would love to somehow convince sponsors or potential sponsors, like big companies like Red Bull. I think Red Bull would be quite fitting because they invest quite a lot in football teams, and also they're an energy drink, so I suppose that's one way they get their brand out. But companies like Red Bull, LucasAid, whoever owns LucasAid, I think it's owned by, I'm not 100% sure who owns it, but maybe GlaxoSmithKline or whoever, and Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, and different companies like that, basically. And I think once one company does it, maybe others will do it to compete, but not just obviously energy companies. I'm sure, energy drink companies. I'm sure even energy companies or gas and electricity companies or different companies around the world. Hopefully, I can convince them to invest in like their own football teams, leagues, tournaments, tourneys as I call them, cups, their own specific football teams, but even their own football leagues, and maybe like they could compete with each other and things like that. Maybe even Serie A or whoever runs Italian clubs, or like even the lower leagues like Serie B, Serie C, how would you pronounce it, Serie D, and some of the lower leagues, even some of the semi-pro leagues or whatever, or even park leagues, especially at junior level. I think could encourage investors to come in investment again, as I've mentioned before, like in the past, offering tax exemptions for investing in Italian football again, but especially at youth level, creating their own academies as well, and their own places where they invest in different, so they can buy out land, and maybe the Italian government could also invest in like setting aside some land where young Italians can play football, and Celtic could do similar with the S.N.P or local politicians from Glasgow or even across Scotland as well. As a fan of Celtic, I'd love to see that as well. So yeah, I'll say Red Bull could perhaps sponsor their own teams or leagues, junior teams that could in the future play for Celtic or be part of Celtic, and like have some sort of partnership there as well. And even like gas companies like Gazprom from Russia and companies like that around the world could invest in Italian football and Celtic as well, and like as they develop youth, and maybe even own shares in Italian clubs that I've talked about before as well, so that they could buy better players but also develop their youth. So I wondered, I thought I'd share that idea to see what people think about the idea and how you think. I'd love people to comment. Hopefully asking it as a question will make people will encourage people to comment in the comment section about your thoughts about what would be the best way to approach this idea as well. So excuse me. So looking, so like basically, let's say Red Bull, and if Serie or Coca-Cola and Pepsi and other companies like that, but if Serie A and even, as I say, lower leagues in Italy or junior, especially junior leagues, the Italian FA itself, F.I.G.C, the Italian equivalent of the F.A., could also work together as well. Different companies, different organisations which look into investing in Italian football could look at how to work with those companies. Again, like even the Italian government and politicians could look at how they could provide the tax cuts, and maybe even like different Italian politicians and councillors talking about what they will do to help develop Italian football like at youth level as well, and Italian club teams working on that as well as a national team. I think could be to a mutual benefit, because obviously those club teams will benefit by having younger players and better players as time goes by as well, producing great players for those club teams like Inter Milan, AC Milan, Juventus, and teams like that. But yeah, so there could be different companies like Coca-Cola and Pepsi and Red Bull, different energy drinks, or there could be like different car companies which they compete with each other. So just as they compete in business, they could compete on the field as well in football, to see like a bit of pride that their team beats another team or whatever, or see which company can invest the most in Italian football. As an Italian football fan and a Celtic fan, as I say, my goal for this really would be to encourage investment and improve Italian football and Celtic as much as possible. So I suppose, to be honest, that would be my goal. But obviously, the clubs, as I say, I was quite interested in business before. Unfortunately, I didn't do very well putting it into practice. But I think that one of the things they say is obviously, well, I know one of the things they say is you should look at what's in it for the other people. So what would be in it for Gazprom or Red Bull or Luxaid or whatever. And I think one of the things would be to increase their PR. And if they get tax exemptions and access to the market, so like if they invest in a Italian football team, they get access to buying other assets or infrastructure in Italy as well. So yeah, I thought I'd put that idea out there, and I'd love to hear what you think. Like, is it a naive idea, or is it a workable idea, or is there a way you think I should tweak it or whatever? I was going to say tweak it then, but tweak it to improve it, or if there are any ideas you have that could work on that idea to improve it, or whatever, what you think the best way to approach such companies would be. Yeah, so as I say, I would love to hear your ideas, and hopefully, as ever, I hope that people out there will enjoy this video, and as ever, I appreciate your comments, sharing the video, likes, and all that kind of thing, and any new subscribers would be much appreciated. And I am out. Peace and love.